As a high school English teacher, I'll tell you how top students feel less bored, 2x their reading speed, and remember everything. This is your 3-step reading hack for A+ grades. A+ students have mastered reading because they know it's a game changer for academic success. You probably don't hate reading. You hate feeling like it's pointless. Reading feels like gaming in spectator mode. Your eyes are moving, but your brain, it's really not paying attention. And just like gaming, participation equals attention. When reading, attention isn't a focus problem, it's a feedback glitch. Hear me out. Reading is a lot like gaming. If reading has no loot, no XP, and nothing to unlock, you log off. But if every chapter gives you a new item for your, let's call it brain inventory, or a shortcut on a map, you're logged in. If paying attention while reading is like gaming, how do you activate your brain? Well, simple. After every chapter, ask, how does this fit with what I've learned before? Making connections is just like organizing your gear in a game. If you don't slot the new item, you forget that you even picked it up. 2, if I had to explain this chapter in one sentence, what would I say? Summarizing while reading and keeping things simple is just like a call out to your teammate. Keep it short, clear, and useful, and this will lead to deeper understanding. 3, what new door is this idea opening? Asking questions is just like unlocking a map. Questions force you to think in new ways, and every new idea reveals a hidden path, side quests, or secrets that turn reading into world exploration. Now, these 3 questions don't just boost focus, they'll be the foundation for understanding and remembering later. Quick poll, are you reading in spectator mode or grinding for XP? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, you're now paying attention while reading, but here's the problem. Nothing sticks. So you do what every other student does. You reread again and again. But that rereading, it's a trap. I'm going to show you what top students actually do and why it saves them hours every week. When reading, top students know that understanding doesn't come from rereading. It comes from seeing the big picture and how all the ideas fit together. It's the secret to reading at 2x speed, not by rushing, but by reading things only once because you can put everything together. The answer to understanding and doubling your reading speed is you have to take notes that show the whole picture. Remember those 3 questions from about a minute ago? Simply write them down on paper, but don't just list them. Draw it. Connect those ideas with arrows. Make boxes, branches, flowcharts. Whatever helps you see the big picture. And that's why top students don't need to reread. They're not guessing, they're seeing how everything fits together. And the best part is, if you ever forget, you just go back to your notes, one glance, and you're back in the zone. Now, let's master reading by solving this final problem, which I assume you've had so many times in your high school career. You're paying attention, you take notes, but when test day hits, everything that you've built just vanishes. It's frustrating. It's almost like your brain has a leak, which I actually call leaky brain syndrome. It's like you poured in all this information and it's gone. If your brain leaks when pressure hits, you need more than just notes. Because if you don't train your memory the right way, it'll leak when you need it most. Here's the truth. Most students study wrong. When studying, they're trying to put info into their brains, but tests try to pull information out. 2 completely different skills. And top students have mastered this. How do you think they get all those A+ grades? Because forgetting during a test isn't a memory issue, it's a retrieval problem. If you want to remember everything you read on tests and quizzes, you have to train for pulling information out of your brain, which is actually a simple fix. Test yourself before the test does. Take your notes from step 2 and drop them into ChatGPT. Ask it to quiz you. Build a practice test exactly like the one your teacher's going to give. When you do, you're not just studying anymore, you're training to retrieve. And every time you pull an idea out, even if you mess up, your brain patches a leak. Every quiz, every correction, every aha moment seals it tighter. Studying is not about memorizing more. It's about retrieving faster with confidence. That shift from passive review to active output is what separates A students from anxious guessers. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture of reading mastery. You know how to read with attention, not boredom, by treating reading like a game. You understand what you need to read by seeing the big picture and not the small pieces. And third, you remember it by retrieval practice and not just cramming facts. And ultimately, it's what top students do. They read smarter. They've mastered reading, and that's why they can earn top grades with minimal effort. But now that you know their secrets, so can you. And as a 17-year English teacher, I can bet there's one problem standing in your way from getting those top grades. It's that you have the toughest marker in the entire school. So click on this video here where I'll show you the secret advantages to having that top marker. You won't want to miss it. See you in the next one.